The horror. The horror. The horror.
And hello, and welcome to the Toonami Squad podcast sessions, episode 30.5. How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, Eric Casey, also known as eRockstar5 on Twitter. How you all doing?
Great.
Well,
I'm Silver.
Damn it.
We tried. There was an attempt.
Not even 5 seconds.
We just
Great
introduced
job,
each other.
team.
We just introduced each other at the same time. Well,
I'm impressed
they
that
were
you
both
guys
see you later.
literally did the perfect timing with that unintentionally, so good job. But anyway, sticking to
All right.
tradition,
Alright, I'm Sam number 2 at Samsa299 on Twitter, and sometimes I wonder why I'm here.
we all
all
ask
do.
ourselves that.
My name is also Sam. I also wonder why I'm here.
Don't you mean the original?
Oh, gee.
Was like Sam 2 a Terminator? So, like,
Hey,
am
I'm probably
I
the one-
like
I'm
Sarah
probably the
Connor right
liquid
now?
The Salmonator?
If I am,
No.
I'm the liquid
That's a
one.
new nickname.
We're not calling him the Salmonator.
The Salmonator
No.
going after Sam
Actually,
O'Connor?
no.
Oh fuck.
Actually, no. Like, I'm not really a fan of nicknames. You guys are already on thin ice for Sam 2. I let that slide, but like,
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Steve?
Anyway, my name is Steven, on Twitter at StarSo5, social media admin and host of Toonami Squad Gaming Zone.
I'm Phantom, and I'm also the host of the Toonami Squad Gaming Zone. And I also wonder why I'm not on the Star Wars Minute.
I'm Silver, and I torture myself by making thumbs for the Toonami Squad.
Thank you.
And you make
No,
We
I would
appreciate all
say-
you do, Silver.
I would say same, but then at the same time, I haven't done shit for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't written an article in a while, so you're not alone.
Let me get
Yeah.
my
Hey,
poking stick.
But I'm
We're-
making.
We're all on that boat.
Hey
Hey, but
Sam,
I'm making something for a future project soon that we won't talk about, so it's out.
Hey, I'm also working on stuff, so
So we have lots to talk about.
We do. Pretty
Because we're
much.
so late on news.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a catch up on some of the stuff that has gone down.
we've pulled a Togashi. We were playing Dragon Quest the entire time.
that's
You were
not
playing Dragon Quest. I was
untrue.
playing Fighters DLC. That's Kid Goku.
You guys
I
keep
mean-
changing the topics every single time. I'm trying to introduce it, and then you're like, Dragon Quest, and this, and that.
I mean,
I'm
Sam-
gonna
Sam
be playing
isn't
Dragon
wrong.
Quest soon.
I mean,
he's not
Yeah.
wrong.
that's fair. That's very fair.
Okay, everyone,
Okay.
shut up.
Okay.
Side
Okay,
quest,
so
Dragon
what
Quest.
topics are we discussing?
We are
So we have-
discussing The Promised Neverland, which is one of the new shows that have come on Toonami. It's a couple episodes in at the time of recording.
Okay.
A little more than a couple episodes, but you know what I mean.
I was just gonna
I was
say,
gonna say, like, are we like halfway done?
Yeah. At this point.
Well, I can't. Just saying, it's been playing. Jesus fucking Christ, it's hot in here. So, The Promised Neverland is playing on Toonami currently.
Oh,
And,
is that one anime where someone precious dies in the first episode?
Yeah, that one. It's
Yeah,
really fucking good
That was
too.
Chicken Run the anime.
isn't that one anime that compares to Chicken Run?
I just said that.
How dare you steal a joke that's been over the internet for like over a month?
Well, with the show playing and everything, what do you guys think of the show so far? Since we're halfway through.
Read the manga.
It's Chicken Run.
Are you seriously halfway through it?
Yeah,
Almost.
Season 1? Yeah, pretty much.
we're on episode 6 this week.
I'll have to
Oh,
look it up, but I'm pretty sure we're on episode 6.
Yeah.
Personally,
This shit.
personally, it might be my new favorite show that's on the lineup right now.
Actually, no. I have a better comparison than Chicken Run, freaking Promise Neverland. Y'all ready for this?
No.
Yeah.
It is Barnyard, the Nickelodeon show, Barnyard.
That's not really the same thing, but okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought
Sure.
about it.
I think more of Prison Break than Chicken Run, if I'm being honest.
I could see that.
The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well,
Only it's with kids.
instead of making comparisons, what do we think of the actual show?
Read the manga.
If I
Read
said
the
anything,
manga.
it'd be
I
spoilers.
have
Elaborate.
actual thoughts.
Elaborate. Is the story better in the manga? Is it the same as the anime?
It's the same.
It's
So,
a bit.
if I can actually talk about this, I've been binge reading the manga, and I'm right up to where they are right now.
It's
they're
great,
taking-
isn't it?
It's really good. I'm not going to spoil anything because the later seasons that the anime will adapt are going to be
Oh
fucking
boy, I
crazy.
can't wait to watch the next season for freaking 10 years from now.
It's coming out. It's coming out
2020.
next year. But
No,
yeah.
there are some.
But yeah, next year, well, if they go for another one core season, I can totally see where they're gonna leave off, and people are gonna be like, "What? Why are they leaving off here?"
Yet again, same could be said for Attack on Titan every time they leave off.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask about like making a comparison to Attack on Titan, but one thing I will say that I love about the show, which kind of gives me like old '90s nostalgia feel, like from back in the day, classic Toonami and all that. This show is really good on cliffhangers. It's really good
definitely.
knowing when to cut the
Yes.
episode and just leave it to the next. It's probably like the best like next time on Promise Neverland. It would be perfect for like if they had like something like that.
Literally,
The only
every
problem
episode-
is when Toonami spoils the episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why?
Nice
literally every episode of Promise Neverland ends with hooray, we did what we wanted to do. Or no, wait, I take that back. Hooray, we completed this plan to find out something. It was like, and the answer is some twist.
Yeah.
What's a twist?
And pretty much would Sam, comparing it to the manga, is it like, because when people are talking about Attack on Titan, they say like the anime is
The
behind,
manga's better.
yeah. Would you say it's similar to that, where it's like,
Well, I mean, the
I
artwork
feel-
is in total dog shit in the manga for the Promised Neverland compared to Attack on Titan. So
that's fair, but I'm just saying like just like the story, like how hyped we've gotten with Attack on Titan, and how like the story has kind of had a weird twist to it, and we don't know where it's going. Is it on that same level, would you say? Where it's like it
I
was-
think the anime is neutered in a very large way compared to the manga.
okay.
It is.
Let me guess. Censorship.
No.
No.
The main problem is that it kind of heightens the horror, but that's not the point.
Okay.
The anime wants it to be a straight up horror, but it's more of a thriller manga than anything else. It has horror elements, and in later seasons they drop horror altogether to go straight shonen. I'm not going to explain how that happens, but you'll figure that out yourself.
Is it done cleverly? And also, I
Uh,
apologize for the echo fans.
We're recording this in a stadium. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Literally, season 1, kids just trying to escape from an orphanage. Season 4, kids got guns fighting in wars. Okay.
Sure,
Now,
no.
Sure.
Next
okay,
topic.
FY.
Yep.
I've never read the manga, so I literally just made a guess right now.
You were pretty close. You're actually not too far off.
It's a bit too close. Shut up for a bit.
Yeah.
I missed it.
So, my problem with the anime is that it doesn't really feel scary, because when I read the manga, I feel that tension.
Okay.
And whenever you see panels of like Mom or Crone just looking over the children, you get that sense of chill and dread. And then there's
Yeah.
like the dream sequence where I think it's Ray, or not Ray.
Spoilers, man.
I'm trying to remember the character's name off the top of my head. Norman's dream. I'm not going to spoil it because I think that's this week's episode. I think.
Okay.
The Dream?
Um,
Well, now you're saying
just
it's a
aired.
dream.
Oh, was
Oh,
it
wait.
last week's episode?
I think it's the one that just aired, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I haven't caught up with the anime, but
Oh wait, yeah, that episode did just happen.
Yeah, it's the one that
Yeah,
just aired. So
yeah.
you're good.
so
You're good on
where
that one.
Norman has that dream where everyone dies.
Yes.
That's the
So
one.
yeah, that was very scary in the manga. I don't know how the anime adapted that, but from what I've seen of the anime so far, I'm not really impressed with how things have been.
Okay.
I
Wanna
think
know
I think the
something, though?
best way to put it is that there's quite a few shots where in the manga, like you said, you can feel the dread just by how the scene is set up,
Yeah, like how
the
it's
face
drawn.
is drawn, and
Okay.
then in the anime, it feels like every time they show something that's supposed to show any dread, it's like it's too
looks-
soft.
It looks derpy, like Karon's
Okay.
face and
It
Mom's
either looks
face
derpy or the scene is too soft. It's like
They make it too light at times when it's like the scene is supposed to have this cast shadow over it, but
So-
it doesn't work.
instead
the-
of casting the shadow, they just draw the face.
Yeah,
Could you say
That's
that
it.
like the motion of the animation ruins it a bit too?
it's
that
animated okay enough,
Okay.
but it's not like
But you guys think it works better as like a panel sequence?
no.
Rather
I
than-
think it could
No.
work as an anime. It's just that the director did not get the material.
Okay.
It's basically it's not how the animation is, but rather how the shot is set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like rather than setting it up as something that conveys dread, like you get the holy shit, what the fuck, instead of okay, this is a bit creepy. And that's often not the same reaction as when you read the manga.
Right.
Yeah, I can literally say like the first arc of this manga is really good, but when you get past that, it
Goes
just
holy shit.
oh yeah, it goes hard as a motherfucker.
From your tweets, that's what I hear.
Yeah, I recommend reading the manga if you want to drop like money
I
to a
might-
jump.
You know, I am away next week. I might have a chance to binge read it.
Please do.
It's really good, man. It is probably one of my favorite current running mangas in
I
Jump.
might have to.
Maybe
Nope.
if I find a physical print of it next weekend.
There should be some. I think Viz is currently printing them.
Oh, really?
No, but like when they're when I go that thing stuttered. When I'm at MomoCon and I see any of the manga being sold.
Oh yeah, totally. So buy some manga. There's like there's 9 volumes actually out right now. So
Well, I know which manga I'm copping next.
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
seriously, the manga is really good. The current arc is very slow though, but it is still very good. There are points. I'm not gonna
Could be
spoil what
same.
happens, but there are points in the manga where it just made me tear up and start crying.
Actual tears, Sam.
Yeah,
Actual
like,
tears.
Yeah.
Like I was really crying when
Actual
actually,
tears.
I'm not gonna say.
redacted.
Yeah. With redacted happening to redacted, and then this character happens to this character.
I don't hear no tears coming down your face, Sam.
I'm holding it in. Oh, especially when redacted dies.
Dude, that's
Oh.
a spoiler.
Dude, whoa.
No, not my favorite character. React. No,
This is Game of Thrones all over again.
Yeah,
but done better.
But it's actually
seri-
good.
but seriously, this first arc is just the beginning. Like, I am going to have a field day when the anime adapts future seasons or future arcs, and they just reveal everything.
I would love to see the reaction of everyone once it gets past the first 13 episodes.
Where you guys are
like,
right now
'cause
is me with Attack on
wow.
Titan.
Boy.
Yeah, honestly, if it is another one core season next year, and if they end off where I think they are going to end it off at, oh boy.
I really hope they
boy.
do because it's just gonna feel like a dick move.
Oh yeah, I totally agree too.
And boom, everyone. That's how
Everyone
it is.
If I could say the name of it, can I, Silver? of where I think they're gonna end it
No,
off?
pretty much. Pretty.
No,
Oh,
don't.
No.
Yeah,
No,
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 I
no,
don't want to know.
no.
I don't want to
Sure.
know.
Yeah,
Sure.
No, don't
Pretty
spoil
much.
it for them.
I think you guys did a good job of hyping it up or overhyping it. So I
No,
would say leave
we're
that
not hyping
information
it
to
enough.
yourself.
But
No.
as far as the first season anime goes, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it could be worse, but it's also not great.
I will say, however, the theme song is fire.
Oh, it
Yeah.
slaps.
Freaking. Okay, I need to say this. They like every time that opening plays, it looks like they're dropping an album. It literally looks like they're
like-
They're
dropping,
dropping the hottest mixtape on SoundCloud
Yeah, like
this year.
Promise Neverland, Dororo,
Jailbreak.
and Mob have the best openings this year so far.
I agree.
I'm not
I
really
agree
fond of
100%.
Dororo's
Oh, I
second
have
opening.
not. I have
The
not
first one, not the
seen-
second one. The first one.
The first one's so good.
Oh, the
It
first
still
one.
And I
counts.
have not,
Yeah,
and
it
I
still
have
counts,
not
though.
and I have not seen Mob's second opening. Although, say what you will about One Punch Man season 2, but one of the things I like from there is the song used in the opening.
Yeah, the theme song's great. Opening
Everything
sequence,
else
not
ain't-
so much.
Yeah.
but song is great.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
talk about that whenever One Punch Man moves to the block.
If One Punch Man
No,
comes to the
no,
block.
you know what? I think I'm good.
Nah,
I'm
man,
good with the
Hulu-
first season.
It's all, Hulu
We
has
know
it
it's
all
coming,
now, and
Silver.
Disney has Hulu.
No.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't
I've-
need the second season.
I've heard
I'm good.
some things about season 2.
Apparently,
I've heard a lot of
production
things
just
about
crumbled.
season 2.
Okay, let me say this because I'm probably the only one in this group that has been seeing season 2. Like, okay, yes, the animation ain't great, and there are some moments where it can get pretty low, but I wouldn't call it the worst. Like, there are some.
Yeah,
fight
I agree.
scenes- There are some fight scenes that, yeah, I wish was handled by the original staff. But yet again, it ain't the worst. And ironically, the recent episode had a really great screen cap moment that I don't know if you all saw in the DM.
From what I heard, season 2 of One Punch Man has a miracle animator. The problem is that
He's one
they
guy.
only have that one good guy. That one
And
guy
he's-
who's making
and-
miracles, and he can't make a miracle in
and he
every
has
single
such-
episode.
Mm-hmm.
And the schedule's crap. That's all. So hopefully, if there's ever a season 3, which will probably come out 10 years from now, they get the same guy that made season 1 a miracle, and they go back to Madhouse.
No, the
Mhm.
problem is that season 1 didn't just have one miracle guy; they had multiple.
Yeah,
miracle
I know,
guys.
I
It
know.
seemed like
Mob-
it seemed
but-
like they
but-
had.
good.
Yeah, it seemed
It
like
was-
it had a whole
It was
staff
under
of miracle
Madhouse.
workers.
They had
It
a
was under
battalion
Madhouse,
of great
and they had-
animators.
And they had a guy specifically that was supervising them, and he was like calling the shots on like how things were. I forgot his name.
Shingo
But he was, like, one of-
Natsume
By
is
the way,
director
one
of
of the-
season 1.
One of he was one of the reasons why season 1 was good as it was, and
Yep.
and they wanted him for season 2, but he was busy on another project, and they didn't want to wait, so that's what happened.
He was busy with Boogie Pop and Phantoms.
Wait, we derailed again.
Yep.
Crap.
Yes, we
By the
did.
way, we just segued to a topic that we had no idea that we were going to talk about. One
Why
Punch Man
not?
season
Let's
2 and
keep
how much
talking
it
about it.
sucks.
Let's just keep talking about it. Why not?
I'm-
I've seen it too. Don't worry.
I've seen
Okay,
a few
now-
episodes. I'm not caught up.
I haven't
neither
I
am
haven't
I.
seen it enough. I've read the manga, I still do, but yeah, you can tell the obvious problem in the sense that season 1 had a battalion of great animators.
Yeah.
And
you can
in
tell.
season 2, you have the one guy, and you can't use him in every single episode.
Yeah,
could-
it's almost
yeah.
blatantly obvious at this
You-
point.
You could tell just like I noticed it just by the screenshots. Like I was like, there's no way it's like that. It didn't drop like that low of quality, and it turns out that it kind of did when you look at screenshots. Like it's like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
There's certain scenes that when the guy does his work, you can tell and it looks great, but even then it feels like they look
Okay,
great, but it
so-
still feels like there's something off.
So which would you say is lower quality? The beginning episodes of Dragon Ball Super or this season of One Punch Man season 2?
Uh,
That's
Is that a hard thought? Really?
first episode had good start off animation, and then it slowly
well, at the time
broke
when
down
they
in
started,
Super.
I
One
got
Punch
good
Man
at the time
is all over the
that
place.
They started, they tried rushing, getting some top tier animators on it, and it didn't work. That's why some of the first couple episodes looked like crap. But then later episodes, they actually got good people, and that's why things look good now. Although, except for the recent episode of Ultra Instinct, to where for some reason they dropped frames and it looked like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, that's something completely different.
Yeah.
I would say the best way to describe it, because yeah, Super was basically a rush job at the beginning, and
Yeah.
eventually they settled in.
They
One
turned it
Punch
around.
Man season 2, well, it's kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, the thing is that unlike Super, One Punch Man isn't a continuous ongoing series like Super or Black Clover or Naruto or whatever.
Well, I mean, all of it is based around scheduling and the team and how much time they have.
It's way too complicated to just point it down to one single issue, basically.
I mean, look at Hunter x Hunter. That was a long-running series, but it had a consistently good schedule and a good team behind it.
And then the creator decided to go to sleep and never wake up again.
No. He started playing Dragon Quest, and he never picked up a pen ever again. Until eventually he saw that his paycheck from Shonen Jump dropped a bit.
We're just joking. We know Togashi has health issues.
Yeah, we know. But it is fun to imagine that that's the reason the series has so many hiatuses, where it's basically, oh, a new Dragon Quest!
Whenever there's a new Dragon Quest game, you already know Togashi's gonna play that shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it was like, he starts making Hunter x Hunter for a bit, and then like once he sees that his bank account's low, it's like, let me get back into it. He gets his
No,
back,
it's
goes
not
out.
even the bank account. It's basically like he keeps getting the check, and eventually, whenever the paycheck gets to a certain point, he goes like, ooh, well, better write 8 more chapters.
Would you say
Done.
would you say it's gotten to the point where they don't even announce a hiatus anymore? It's the announcement of a new Dragon Quest coming out. That's pretty much the hiatus announcement.
Japanese and American fans have gotten used to it.
A new Dragon
anyway.
Quest has been announced. In other news, Togashi has disappeared from the internet.
Anyway,
Moving on
Anywho.
to another topic.
Talking about shows that disappear,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan Part 2.
well, did we want to do any like final thoughts on the Promised Neverland?
We've already given it.
We sort of have.
Pretty much read the manga and
guess.
watch the show. Also,
Okay.
That's
do
simple.
both.
that's my synopsis. So do that. And with that, we are moving on to the next topic, which is, like I said, Attack on Titan Part 2.
Yee.
Ooh.
Attack
And
on Titan
included in the
Endgame.
schedule.
And Attack on
Can't
Titan
wait to
Endgame.
get somewhat excited about more Attack on Titan.
Can I just
Somewhat.
say, in my honest opinion, they never should have reran season 1 because, like, why?
Actually, you know what? And I've realized this. I'm actually more engaged with season 1 of Attack on Titan than I was at season 2 and season 3.
Everyone
That's everyone.
was more engaged when season 1 dropped because it was a new hot anime and it was awesome.
No.
It took
I mean,
4
like,
years
right
for
now.
season 2 to drop.
Well, I kind of disagree with that because I think the hype surrounding Attack on Titan was that its concept was really, really interesting, and that's what caught on. But since they're kind of like taking their time explaining it, it's kind of been a detriment
I
to
would
storytelling.
It's like, why do these people eat us? Find out in the next 100 in 100 episodes away or whatever.
No,
I'm not
but
saying
that,
anything. I'm not saying anything.
Hey, you know, like,
but to me, like, here's the thing. I'm actually been more engaged with the Attack on Titan season 1 reruns.
Yeah.
Then season 2 and season 3, and I think I can tell why. Because there was a certain point where the author, like, have you guys heard of what originally was gonna happen with Attack on Titan at the end, where everyone dies? That was the original thing, and then eventually, they start shifting to it started shifting into the political talk, and oh no, we gotta topple the government. Oh, there's hidden titans among us, and yada yada.
Yeah.
I will say,
you get a different vibe from season 1, and then season 2 onwards. It's just, eh.
Can I just say
I will say, the action is back this season. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I agree.
Can I just say that, like, I have not read the manga yet. I was spoiled on a specific thing in Attack on Titan just by reading a Twitter thread. It was like everything seemed fun. It was like, oh, Attack on Titan manga. It was like, I haven't been interested in it lately. It was like someone asked why, and it was like redacted. And then I hated myself.
I can't wait until we get to his dad's porn stash.
Oh yeah, knew it.
That's what's
Finally,
the whole
ancient
time.
playboys.
Dad, why do you have all these porn of Titans? Shh, son, we don't answer that.
Son.
No, the Titans.
Yeah, guys, sorry, that's totally what's in the basement. Sorry, guys.
Son, let me teach you the wonders of Titan porn.
It turns out that the Titans are actually former porn stars.
They think they're naked all the time.
I'm totally cool with it.
That's why they're naked. They're trying to find the camera.
They wanted to eat the camera people, but anyway.
They're eating the camera people because they think those are the snacks on the table.
And okay, ironically, we just created one of the worst fan fiction ever known to men.
And so we're going to move on from that as quickly as possible. Like I said, with like the story and everything, I feel like it's sort of a detriment. Also, another detriment I think to as well is them exploring outside the walls.
Boy, I can't wait to find out what's beyond those walls in the next 500 episodes.
Well, yeah. Well,
Denny's.
That was an interesting aspect.
Denny's.
Well, no, that was an interesting aspect of like what's going on outside the walls and everything. But I just feel so less engaged when they're spending episodes and episodes in a fucking forest or in the middle of these like open plains. Like I felt like the suspense, the suspense from the show worked a lot better when they felt kind of like stuck behind the walls and the Titans are coming, you know, and it's like figuring out what to do with the wall, how to board it up and keep it solidified so they don't get in. Like all
that and an actual threat. Like if you notice, like like the first half of season 1, you see characters dying left and right, and then at a certain point, characters just stop dying.
Yeah. You know. I just realized. I just found a comparison. The first half of Attack on Titan and the second half is like the Hunter x Hunter Chimera arc, because in the first arc, people are dying left and right, and in the second half, there are no more dying.
It's not even that they're dying too, though. Like. They start introducing these human characters that you never seen before, like that rogue, like I guess Bane from Clone Wars type of character that has a backstory with
Cowboy.
Yeah, him.
It's just Cowboy.
Like,
Kenny. What's his name? And
Cowboy.
There's like they have like this whole history, and they just introduce these characters, and like, where are these people coming from? Like.
It was like, I can't wait.
Kenny came out of nowhere.
Yeah, these antagonists just came out of nowhere, and you're losing the actual threat, which is the Titans, and that there are live Titans there are people that can become Titans, possibly in the walls. Like, aren't you going to investigate that there's more people like Eren and what's her name?
I will
That's
say,
also
I am
true. Like, it's way less interesting when it's humans fighting. Now, one person fighting a fucking giant, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Once they switch to humans fighting humans, like, oh, grade. We've seen that in literally
yeah.
every other form of
Yeah.
media.
They pulled
Yeah,
an
I see it
aliens,
on the
colonial
news every day.
marines.
Just wait till it catches up to the manga. It is hella confusing.
I can
Yeah, so
imagine.
really, it doesn't get
Oh, the manga's nuts.
okay. Is
Like,
it good?
turns
nuts?
out this guy.
It's like I
that
don't
we
know what to
never
think
heard
of it, to be
about.
honest.
Because like we've been like hyping Attack on Titan up, where it's like, oh, in the manga, you know, and revealing everything, it's so sick and mind blowing, and I'm still waiting for that reveal.
to be fair,
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
read
gonna
it,
be a
but I
while
do.
until that happens.
Okay.
I haven't read it, but I do know that there's a huge twist,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it kind of makes it's hard to describe
I
Well,
know what you're
because
talking
it's
about.
something
but-
so
I know
out
what you're
of
talking
left
about.
field. It's something so out of left field, something so out there that you're just wondering, like, what the fuck was it even worth it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too, and I can't say what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, you can, but please
Like,
don't.
was there
No.
point to the struggle? Like, it's that kind of revelation. It's a revelation that makes you question.
All the politics
there point
talk
to the
make you
entire
question
journey?
it, make you question all the politics talk, all of
What
that
is the
politics
meaning of
Oh, it
talk.
makes you question everything.
It
That's all I'm
makes you
saying about it.
question. The best way to put it without spoiling
So it's
is
literally M. Night
it makes you
Shyamalan.
question
Okay.
the setting that they're in. It makes you
Okay.
question the walls. That's the best way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
o- I'm
really
okay.
hard to talk about this without spoiling it.
I'm okay. It sounds interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like Attack on Titan is suffering from like they're executing it as a like between each season to be like a short season, where I feel like they should go more than the typical season episodes.
That I agree with.
That is true.
Well, considering season 1 was like 24 or something.
Yeah, then
season
take a
2
4-year
was like
hiatus.
12,
Yeah,
and then to come back to like 12 episodes.
exactly.
And then,
Like
Yeah, like
and then
they're cutting it. They're
like-
cutting it off. It just seems like
If-
they're cutting it off at the wrong times. Like
Like-
they're not doing what Promised Neverland is doing great with the cliffhanger stuff.
I've seen the first episode of season 3, part 2. They honestly should have just kept going. They
Mhm.
should not have cut it apart.
The best way
Okay.
to put it is like season 2 and is basically like, you know how there's usually within a season like a mid-season something big.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
feels
but
like
they're
that.
never
Like
year long.
whenever,
They're like at
Yeah.
least. At
like
least.
rather than having a season finale, it
months.
feels like a mid-season finale,
Yeah.
and that's a bit of problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the mid-season finale doesn't even like reveal anything to get you hooked
The
as well.
mid-season
It's
finale is supposed to be like, oh, we solved said problem that was introduced in said season, but turns out said problem was even bigger. Tune in to next tab.
yeah, but that's retarded.
and and that's another thing. Like
That's one of my
It-
criticisms with
it
Gotham.
cuts, and rather
the same
than
shit.
it has a really inappropriate cut to the season, and then it teases you with something which is like jumping forward and just
Yeah, I'm
leaves you
still
with
questioning.
what the fuck.
I'm
And
still
Yeah.
oh, by the
questioning
way,
that end
we
Yeah.
credit
still don't
scene.
have a date
Yeah.
for the next season.
Yeah.
I'm still questioning that end credit scene, being honest. Well, all right. Real question though. Will we find out the answer to that end credit scene in this half?
I'm
or will
not
it be
saying
like another-
anything. I'm not saying anything.
It's the porn stash.
I'm
Come
getting-
on.
So I'm gonna guess 500 episodes later. All right.
Or just take it that you will.
Nah, 150 episodes.
Well, I think that pretty much sums up Attack on Titan. Do you
And
agree?
Talk
Disagree?
about
There's a schedule change with this edition.
We've had a lot of schedule changes since we did this.
Okay, I had like a really good segue. I was gonna say, now let's talk about the thing that we hate most in life, change.
that's
It's
fair.
true.
Who's breathing hard in their mind, for the love of God?
It was Phantom. It's a background noise. Had to be done. Had to be done. I'm sorry, Phantom.
Get out.
No, don't get out. But whatever background noise you're doing, plug in your mic, your headphones and stuff again.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going through a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
No, this
He
is
is.
the new Toonami. This is the new Toonami podcast sessions ASMR.
I have it on mute.
What was that?
This
No,
is
I
the
have it on
new-
mute right now.
Okay, yeah, because before it sounded like you were going through a wind tunnel for some reason.
Hey,
No,
this
I
is
don't know.
the new. This is the new Toonami podcast, Toonami Squad podcast sessions ASMR edition.
No, stop it! Stop it with the changes! Stop it!
Okay, going back in the scheduling stuff now.
Change, I don't like it. Wah.
Is this
Free.
Schedule's fine.
Is it sad to say that I actually like My Hero
Yeah, it's not
Academia
like they
being
moved
first?
JoJo to the bottom again.
Wait, hold on. They moved Hunter x Hunter all the way to the bottom, and I'm pissed. That's like the very last thing.
Yep.
I'm fine with it.
The problem is that no offense to all Naruto fans out there, but I'm sorry, it puts me to sleep at times.
No,
Like,
no,
when
no,
that-
no.
Not these last episodes.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Yeah, no.
No,
When
okay,
it goes
now-
to canon,
now
it's very
canon-
interesting.
Oh, the canon's actually
Canon
really good.
episodes, canon episodes are interesting, but the problem is that when you've been watching so much filler and so much crap lately, that it makes you get put to sleep. Even canon episodes make me go to sleep. I'm sorry.
No, don't
Blame the
worry.
filler
I don't
episode.
agree with that.
I don't feel the same. Now, Boruto.
But I'm just
That's
blaming all the
fucking
filler
boring.
episodes.
Yeah.
I'm blaming all the
I
filler
still question
episodes.
why it's on the block every now and then.
I mean, it's
Um,
at 2 in the morning. Might be pushed down to 2:30.
Yeah.
It should be pushed down to 2:30.
They
Like-
put it before Hunter x Hunter, and sometimes I get annoyed because I end up knocking out for a bit, and then like I get up, and it's already like halfway through Hunter x Hunter, even past.
Mhm.
Yeah. The way I see it is that they are showing Hunter x Hunter at the door, and that's that.
Too bad. I mean, to be fair, Hunter x Hunter is finishing up. So,
By the end of
It's-
June, along with the Promised Neverland, it'll be off the
I'm gonna
block.
go, I'm gonna
There's-
go on
at
again.
some
Unless they choose to
point,
rerun
it's-
it.
at
I
some
don't
point,
see
it's
it.
just
Oh, no.
not worth still having premieres of a show that has like 8 episodes left.
I'm gonna go out on a high
Yeah.
note and on a limb and say that Gon gets healed very last episode.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't
I'm just
read
saying
the
because the way these things work, it's that like it's always the last moment that like they fulfill whatever they want to do.
Mhm.
I
So I'm
mean,
just saying it's like they're like the whole arc is like this big mission to heal Gon. So my guess is they're healing him last episode.
I will
guess.
say.
It's been a long time, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. Yeah, cause like for me, it caught my interest, Hunter x Hunter, but this current arc just feels like it's dragging out.
Okay.
Way
The
long.
highest points for me that Hunter x Hunter gave me was the York. All right, I forgot the official arc with Kurapika in the York New City. That
Right.
was the
The
high
Phantom
point for
Troop.
me.
Yeah.
That. The low point for me was the freaking Chimera arc. I can't like
Hmm.
certain moments were good, but I honestly felt like some episodes just dragged. It felt like Naruto at times.
Yeah, that's what I've
Yeah.
heard from people is that this arc,
Yeah,
that arc was really, really slow.
Yeah.
it
And
was.
watching it week to week is kind of
Like,
painful.
let's have a whole episode dedicated to Killua dodging a sniper.
Yeah, that's some Naruto type of stuff right there.
Yeah. To be fair, like at a certain point, the thing with the Hunter x Hunter anime is that basically, like the first bunch of episodes, they just took the same storyboards that they used for the original show, and then scrapped out the filler and just used that, and then like a bit somewhere in between Green Island and the Chimera Ant arc,
Hmm.
that's where they ran out of the storyboards, and then they started making storyboards themselves, and that's when you notice like a screeching halt to the pace.
Hmm. Well,
Like
Also,
you can
like-
tell, like the whole part of like going to Killua's family to get him back. That was
Yeah.
a whole arc. They cut a lot of fat from there.
Yeah.
That's why it went
because
by
they
so
realized
quick.
they realized they wasted too much time.
Is
from
Hunt
the Chimera arc.
is
Like-
Hunter is the Hunter x Hunter that's playing right now on Toonami? Is this show almost done? With
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's almost done.
it's almost
almost
done,
done.
really.
Yeah,
It's
it's almost
138 episodes.
It's almost done, but it's continued in manga form. But we'll never see that in anime because
Okay.
Togashi's playing Dragon Quest.
Right,
But-
right, right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no-
I'm sure one day when the manga ends, they'll reboot the anime again.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah,
the,
that sounds
and
right.
the manga will end freaking 100+ years from now.
Yeah, because I was just curious because, to my knowledge, I know Hunter x Hunter is one of the other like long-running shows.
Yep.
But I didn't realize like how
It had an
long it
expiration
was.
date. It's not like
kind of confusing.
Yeah, I
it's not
didn't,
like One
like-
Piece where it's continuously going still.
Okay.
It's it has an expiration date like with Naruto and
Okay.
Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, so
Yes.
so the time slot does make sense then, because I wasn't sure if it was because of low
Like-
viewership or it was because the show was almost ending. And I
would
I
say
felt dumb
both.
asking if the show was almost done.
I would say
I
it's
had no
both,
idea.
Eric, like both viewer disinterest and just like I said, I just think they're just showing at the door. They're just
Yeah.
saying, "Well, you had your time in the sunshine. We are putting you at 3 a.m. Get the hell out."
Well, boy, you did a good job.
I
Gotta
will
put
say,
you out to pasture.
I will say I will say with
Mind your
Boruto,
tongue, boy.
I will say with Boruto, I agree with you. There are just some arcs that just drag and are just, and also like the stuff in between. Some
There
good
are some things-
there's some like good like character moments of like the mini stories in between the arcs, but it like the arcs are pretty hit or miss. There's like
There-
the
there-
one that's on now, it's pretty good, and the one after this one is pretty good, and then after that it goes back to being like when
Meh.
something interesting going to start happening again.
My
being
big
honest-
issue with Boruto, and I consider it a really big problem. It's an anime that wants to adapt its monthly manga, but because of the pace of the manga, they haven't adapted a single thing. The show has been going for over 100 episodes at this point, and they have not touched a single page of material from the Boruto manga.
Really?
Wait,
None of
really?
the
Really?
Wait,
well,
wait.
really?
None of it.
Wait,
They-
I thought like the first one, like when it started, was part of manga, and then I thought like when they were retelling the movie, that was part of the manga as well.
The show has adapted the whole thing about Sarada going to find Sasuke.
Yeah.
I
that
thought
was-
that was gonna be
that was
longer.
its-
FY.
That was a single volume that Kishimoto did as a short story. That was one thing, but the official Boruto manga,
Mhm.
the anime has not covered a single page of material. It has been going on for over 100 episodes, and not a single page of material
Wow.
from the actual manga
Wow.
has made it to the anime.
That's
That is impressive.
That's bad.
The
Uh,
Boruto manga takes a bit, but it has been getting better. It's not as good as Naruto, but it's getting there. It's getting good. But the Boruto anime, in contrast, rather than at least even mentioning something from the manga or building something, is just after the movie. That's about it. Then it's just more arts and more arts, and
You know,
none of it. They have not even tried to cover a chapter, and it's mind blowing that it's gone for over 100 episodes and they haven't even touched its actual manga.
That's pretty crazy.
And supposedly the show is at some point gonna cover the story of the manga they're running at the moment. That's why the show starts with Boruto
As
with
an
a
adult.
scar on his face.
Yeah.
The show starts, it's like that
okay,
shot is
like-
the same shot from Boruto manga. So that
Yeah.
means that eventually they're gonna cover it. But it's been over 100 episodes.
Well, that's
Yeah,
well, that was their hook.
I don't think, like honestly, I don't think they should have shown that because, being honest, and considering how his own father handled, like its story, I don't see that coming back for like I'm gonna be honest, like 700 plus episodes later or whatever.
The best-
I disagree with that, Sam, because that was basically it. Considering how Boruto has what they have done up until this point with the show, if they didn't show that, then Boruto would have been kind of boring. Like it would be more boring than it is now because
I mean, like
co-
it's over
like-
100 episodes, and like that thing is never referenced again. Like
there are some references to it with the eye and the symbol and everything. Spoilers,
dude,
but
does the eye come back? Like his eye issue, whatever he had.
it's slowly.
like, my friend-
Yes.
It's
My
slowly
friend was telling
developing.
me that it never does.
It's slowly developing. It's very subtle. You have to keep an eye on it. In fact, it starts coming back a little bit with the movie. It's sort of brought up with that. It's basically like Boruto has like this inner power that's still awakening. It hasn't awakened yet. They've mentioned it here and there, but it's still it's still growing. But we don't know what it is.
Like I said, like 500, 600 plus episodes later, and you get your answer or whatever.
I doubt it'll be 500 or 700 episodes later.
But
I
it is a
didn't-
big problem.
Yeah, no, that is a big issue. I do agree with that, Silver. But I still
So-
disagree because that was basically that opening shot is basically Boruto's hook to draw the audience in. It's like, oh shit, how do we get to this point as you see them as kids growing up and everything.
Yeah, but the issue is that they usually you do that to show that eventually he's gonna get there. And usually when a series goes on, you see like some kind of progress to that. Slowly, but there's progress. But in Boruto, it doesn't feel like there's any progress to anything.
I agree with you, but like I said, it's going like the development of getting to that point. I hear you. It's going at an incredibly slow snail's pace, but it is.
There's not even a pace to it. That's a big thing.
That's fair.
It's a long-running show that's not even walking. It's not even crawling to the goal.
It's going slower than baby steps. I know. I hear you. I didn't even know that though, because I thought like some of those like moments where the power is kind of revealed a little bit. I thought those were moments in the manga, but apparently not.
There's
if
a
that's
bit
the
of
case,
it
I don't know what the
in
fuck
the
they're doing
manga.
then.
There's a tiny bit of that, of the eye thing in the manga.
Okay.
But eventually they moved to something else. They moved to to not say enough that spoiler. Okay, the world's at peace. Great. And
Yeah.
I kind of get what the Boruto anime has been doing, which is the world is at peace. There's a few struggles here and there, but it's mainly peace.
Yeah.
So when the stuff happens in the manga, that's when it gets serious, because then suddenly that peace is broken. Boom.
Yeah.
But taking 100 episodes is way too much.
I agree with you.
In the manga itself, like you see like, oh shit, there's an actual Akatsuki like group forming. And it's been in the shadows, and they're trying to like they keep poking at the other nations with ninja villages, and you see that stuff. Boruto develops powers like
is he an adult when all that's happening, like in the opening shot, or is he still a kid? Just out
no,
of
he's still a
curiosity.
kid.
Still a kid? Okay.
He's still a kid when some of those powers comes in. He's still a kid, but you at least see the progression. Like, oh, okay, so he's not an adult, but this is when he gets the powers. Okay, great. But it's just in the manga.
Because if that's the case, that is weird. Because I guess minor spoiler here. Pretty much the last two arcs in the show have really heavily focused on Mitsuki for some reason. which I don't mind. You know, good character development and everything, but it's starting to drag a lot now. Like,
Oh, well,
it's-
that's a big problem because Mitsuki gets like a chapter in the manga.
Okay.
A chapter.
Based on not revealing any spoilers, like how much of like the arcs that we've seen up until this point, like the last two arcs in the show, I assume you're caught up in the show, Silver.
I'm not completely caught up in the show. I eventually started getting ahead. I basically stopped at around, I think it was like a tuning exam.
Okay.
Another fucking tuning exam.
So anyway, any
But-
other anime we
No,
don't
I was
complain
just
about?
curious.
But
That's fair though,
yeah, I mean,
and concerning.
I gave the show a shot, but after this arc, after the movie arc, I don't know, like at some point I'm gonna stop watching it just because it's not going.
Mhm.
It's one thing to go at a snail's pace, it's another to just not move at all.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I
okay, well
agree
then
with you
following in his father's footsteps exactly then.
there.
Like the Boruto manga is monthly, but at least it moves.
Well, anyway,
We went on a journey there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'll destroy
No,
it
but
further.
I apologize, but I was just like really curious because I had no idea, and I was just really, really curious.
So yeah, that's
well,
the,
in terms of other anime, JoJo is ending soon.
yeah, we're being replaced by Lupin the Third.
Oh, I thought Lupin was replacing Hunter x Hunter.
No,
Oh,
Hunter
well,
is
then
ending at the end of June, along with the Promised Neverland.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess that confirms my my question. My question was that after Part 4 is done, are they gonna adapt? Are they gonna give Part 5 right after? And now my question was answered. So then the question is, when will Part 5 come?
At
Sometime
some
this
point
year.
in 2019.
Yep.
I would say
Yeah,
probably
I'd-
after Hunter x Hunter and Promised Neverland, maybe.
I'd say either after Titan or
I'd say
I
after Sword
forgot.
Art. Yeah, I'd say after Sword Art or Attack on
yeah,
Titan.
that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Speaking of
I can
Sword
live with
Art,
that.
I mean, I would much prefer them to wait, but you know, they're not going to.
Yeah, speaking of Sword Art, I decided to torture myself, and I actually, for some reason that I don't know if I can explain, actually watched the show from the beginning.
Why?
I don't know. Like I have weird reasons for watching an anime.
Do you
Eh?
hate yourself?
I don't know.
Did, are you being punished? do you need some help, bro?
We're here for you, man.
I don't know. Like I said, I just been watching a lot of videos from this one anime YouTuber that does a crap ton of analysis, and for some reason he's like done like a crap ton of Sword Art videos. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna watch the show anytime soon. Let me just see these to get caught up. And then for some reason it just made me. I was like, well, maybe I should see the show now. And I was like,
Oh boy.
Phantom, could you check on Sam? I'm worried.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't have like a crap ton of experience as you guys do.
Oh, I don't know where he lives, so I can't do that.
Somewhere
mean-
in
I won't
Florida.
say it.
I mean, again, like we've talked about it. I mean,
Oh no,
Sword
we're
Art.
not talking. We're not talking about it again.
Yeah,
because then we'll call it another-
let's talk about
again.
Lupin. Let's talk about Lupin, because
Yeah,
That's a good
fair.
idea. Let's just move on to Lupin.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
let's
that's
move on
fair.
to Lupin. Let's move on to good things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
hope
what
It's
this is
understandable though. It's understandable.
I really hope Lupin the Third Part 5 is really good, because I didn't
I
like
have
Part
no
4 all
idea.
that much.
about.
I
I'm gonna be-
disagree. I
Kill
got
the
enjoyment
man.
after 4. I got some enjoyment out of Part 4. I liked
I
it.
had like
I
no
don't know.
previous
I,
experience.
I've watched Part 2 of Lupin, at least the episodes that aired on Adult Swim back in the day,
Mhm.
and watching Part 4, like, I don't know, over a decade later when they premiered it, it was like, this is boring. Like,
Mhm.
really
Yeah,
fucking boring.
I have like no previous experience with Lupin. Although ironically enough, I saw the first episode of Part 4 when I was at MomoCon 27. I think it was after the Toonami panel there.
Yeah, they showed a preview of that there.
And then they played the whole episode after the whole first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then next year and then the year after they played the first episode of Fully Fully Progressive, which makes me
Yeah.
wonder.
I didn't mind Lupin Part 4. I thought it was a fun. I just had a fun time with it. I found it enjoyable. I liked the character. I just had a fun time watching it. I liked the animation style.
I
I know that's not probably a popular opinion around here, but
I
got
mean,
a
like,
thing out of it.
there were some entertaining episodes, I guess, but for
It-
the
it-
most
it had-
part, it felt really dull and really boring. And after a few episodes or so, I kind of dropped it because it just didn't feel like it was going anywhere.
I like
I mean,
Lupin.
I mean-
It was like a nice break.
But the thing is, like, does Lupin go anywhere? You know,
I mean, there.
Lupin never. That's the thing of Lupin. It's not a story show.
From what I hear, Part 5 actually is part of a story, like an
Oh,
actual
okay.
story arc. So I much prefer that compared to what Part 4 did. And it's not. Let me
That's
be
fair.
clear. Let me be clear here. It's not that I don't dislike one-off episodes that are just its own thing. But after watching stuff like Fujiko Mine, which is a spin-off to the regular Lupin series, I'm just like, this is really dull and boring and doesn't really do anything that I haven't seen before. Now, Fujiko Mine is really bizarre, but it's also really good too. I could totally see why Toonami wanted that, but they couldn't because there's too many boobs. So, but
Not
ignoring
enough
that,
boobs. That's the complaint of Part 4. Not
No.
enough boobs.
well, maybe there's not enough Fujiko in that.
that's a valid criticism, and you know I'm kidding.
but for real, like,
Hey,
Like,
bizarrely
let's be real
good.
here. In Part 4, the one Fujiko moment was the one where she got stabbed and, oh no, my boob stopped the knife.
that's not how boobs work.
It was basically like, my bra was so tight that my
Yeah,
boobs stopped the knife.
But
not
again, like,
Holy shit.
but again though, like, that's just part of the ridiculousness that is
But-
Lupin. Like,
But once again, if I'm gonna like say it, I think I prefer Fujiko Mine. For one thing, it was like much shorter. It was like a one core 13 episode series,
And a lot more boobs.
Lupin Part 4 is 26 episodes, and it just went nowhere for me. It didn't seem like it was doing anything that unique that I couldn't have gotten from the previous Lupin parts. So at this moment in time, Part 4 is just kind of boring and uninteresting to me.
Well,
that's fair.
to be fair, honestly, like, Part 4 is basically, I'm in Italy now. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's the basis of Part 4.
I think
Which,
that's my
from what I
problem.
Which, from what I understand, Part 4, like,
Part 4 was
was made
by...
for Italy, and even then, it's like, okay, so the big draw was that Lupin is in Italy. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
because an
I agree with
Italian production company came on board for Lupin Part 4,
Yeah.
and then that's kind of why we're getting two separate releases, where there's a Blu-ray release for the English dub, and then one for the subs. But if you want a general basis of what Lupin the Third is, Lupin the Third is Lupin the Third, and it is Lupin because it's based around a French book.
Okay, so I was gonna say something related to this conversation, but I forgot that my mic was muted, and I had my headset charging for a bit, so I can come back in here in a bit. But going back to cut this out, by the way. Going back to what?
Why?
Why you
This whole segment is gonna get cut out.
Stop cutting!
It was a joke. Like,
I don't
Cut
even
that part
remember what
out.
that. I don't remember what that prank was.
Cut that part
April
out.
Fool's that One Piece
Definitely
was coming
cut that
back.
part out.
Cut that part out.
Please cut that part out.
Cut that
Okay.
part out.
All right,
Cut,
stop
cut,
dedicating
cut.
segments. Stop dedicating segments to stuff that I need to cut out later. Stop it. So
Hey,
lucky
cut
we're
it out.
unlisted right now.
Did you know that Part 5 of JoJo is currently being dubbed? By the way, that's a joke. I don't know that. Stop it! But you can cut that out anyway.
Loop on the third. Stop it!
okay, can we just keep
Fuck
this
you all.
part in where everyone's laughing their ass off and just give
we'll
no
just- we'll cut-
context
we'll cut off a
and just
part of
give
Blue
no
Pirate.
context, no context whatsoever?
Silver,
Eric,
that's
cut,
your job.
cut out the last 40 minutes.
That's pretty much what this is so far. Anyway, back to
This is
Loop
fun.
on the third. I'm
I thought we
excited
were
for Loop
moving
on.
on.
I'm excited for Loop on the third. Fuck you all.
But I hear this part of Lupin is more story focused. I enjoy Lupin. I've seen Castle of Cagliostro, and I've seen the series, and I've seen
I've only
Fujiko
seen
Mine.
part 4.
But I wouldn't call myself a super fan. But I do like the Lupin series, but I don't really love it. But the only thing that I really didn't like from Lupin was Part 4. I just didn't feel it. But I will give Part 5 a shot. Maybe I'll like that more.
Am I cutting that out now, Sam?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, this whole segment's getting cut.
Yeah, like the last 2 hours, you're gonna have to cut that.
Yeah, if you could cut like the next 4 hours out, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
great. Sir, that's my
Okay.
stapler.
So next topic then.
One more thing I want to say about Lupin is just rest in peace, Monkey Punch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that,
He passed
do
away
you
this
think
year.
do you think they're gonna tribute him when they premiere it?
No,
No,
hope
the
so, but
episode,
probably
the
not.
show was already done.
that's not the
Well,
case.
then if
for the
they
next
ever
part.
do like another Lupin show, then
Likely, maybe.
Possibly.
Who knows?
Maybe.
okay. Anyway, next topic.
The next topic is the total immersion event that's coming up, I believe. Primal.
No,
that's
Gendy
not the
Tartakovsky's
total immersion
new
event.
show.
Okay.
Gendy Tartakovsky's new original
Oh,
show,
that thing. Yeah. Okay.
Primal, which
It
is
Yeah,
looks
FYI.
so good.
FYI.
premiering sometime on Adult Swim, not Toonami, but we're talking about it because I fucking love Gendy Tartakovsky.
Of course.
FYI,
Also,
if a
Yeah,
show-
I'm
The
gonna watch
teaser
it
looks
too.
great.
FYI, if a show comes to Adult Swim that has action in it and it's not anime, don't expect it to be on Toonami all the time.
I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of people bugging Jason and Jill about it coming to Toonami.
I mean, I'm not bothered by it. I actually wrote an entire article. I'm not sure when this will be posted, but I sent Silver it, and that's basically why I'm not really bothered by Primal going to Adult Swim proper. Because I think, to me, Toonami's great and all, but, you know, it's also appealing to a very specific audience who wants to watch action shows on a Saturday night. Whereas regular Adult Swim is more experimental. They want to do new things. They want to show people different styles of animation and do different weird shit.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty season 4 November.
No one
Yeah,
cares.
Don't change the
Don't
subject.
care.
But yeah, it's like with
Yeah, let's cut that out.
with
Don't. That's an official announcement. That's an official announcement. That was announced today.
But by the way, Primal is gonna everyone dies at the end of Primal. You can cut that out, brother.
I mean, technically, it's a very.
Sam pulled a Mark Ruffalo.
I mean,
The footage
technically-
kills itself.
Yeah.
Technically,
The footage just gets corrupted and they just repeat the same episode one all the time.
Is it
They
me or
looped
is
the
that,
first episode.
Is it me or is it the caveman reminds me of that one episode of Dexter's Lab?
One
Oh, I can't tell you how many memes I've seen about it. It's everywhere.
The Gendy Tartakovsky cinematic
Universe.
universe.
It starts
it's
with
the
Dexter's Lab,
DCU.
then Powerpuff Girls, then we go into Samurai Jack, then Symbiotic Titan.
How does
Come on, let's gonna make this
Jack-
happen. This
how
is a
does-
good idea.
No. If anything, it's Dexter's Lab, then Powerpuff Girls, then Symbiotic Titan, then Samurai Jack. and whatever else after.
This timeline is getting fucking confusing. Like the actual Marvel Cinematic.
Just like the
Okay,
DC universe.
what do you think? What do you think are the giants that Jack interacts with in the show? It's the freaking Titan, I tell you.
Anyway, I'm actually very,
or not.
but still, like, I'm very hyped for Primal, even though it's like a 30-second teaser that they showed. But I'm
But
excited.
it is a gorgeous teaser.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Alright, now let's get the elephant out of the room. How many episodes do y'all think it's gonna be?
10.
12.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, I see.
I was
10 or
gonna
12.
say 6. I was gonna say 6.
I'd say 10. 10 30-minute episodes seems like enough to tell a story. And if it's like a series, like an actual series and not just a small mini series, I could see it getting renewed for another 10 episodes and then another 10 episodes after that. It's like, honestly, if this succeeds, which I really hope it does succeed, I could see Adult Swim experimenting more and more with action outside of Toonami, which is exciting.
Yeah.
They're
Which
basically,
is needed.
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
Toonami, here, it goes a bit into my article, which I don't know. Once again, I don't know when this is getting posted and all, but whenever my article drops, which we may link it. Here's a link to our SoundCloud. Here you go.
do we even use SoundCloud?
Oh shit, now we're gonna have to make a SoundCloud. No wait. No wait,
Yeah.
cut that.
we're just giving Eric all the work here, but seriously, whenever that article
This is
drops,
why I wanted this live.
well, no, because I didn't want to say anything.
Well, we can cut that out too.
Yeah.
You know what?
Eric-
Just
Eric-
cut out everything. Just cut out everything.
This podcast is ending. It's canceled.
The twist is gonna be that Phantom is the one having to do the editing.
Yeah, but seriously,
Oh,
getting
God.
back-
Good luck.
getting
Anyway.
back on topic.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
My article delves into why I'm not really bothered Primal isn't coming to Toonami. It's because I really want Adult Swim to try something without Toonami's name attached to it. You know, I think Samurai Jack airing on Toonami made sense. It definitely makes sense, and you know,
I mean, it was on Toonami back in the day.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it didn't premiere on Toonami, but it did rerun enough.
Although
on
that's what Doug Walker thinks. No, I'm not gonna rant.
well, we're not gonna get into that one.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
But still, you know,
Yeah.
Samurai Jack and Toonami, it makes sense. They've reran it here and there, on and off the block every now and then, and you know, I think it fits. Primal, I think it's great that they're taking a risk and saying we don't need Toonami. We can air this as is. Normally, this isn't a tie-in to any show. This isn't to sell toys. This isn't an anime. This is its own self-included thing. And if it does well, and if it succeeds, we will fund more projects like this. And that is needed.
Mark didn't need to
Severely needed. Like,
And I'll just say this.
what few action shows there are is just to sell toys, and most of them, let's see, Star Wars.
reboots.
Oh wait, Disney. Marvel. Oh wait, Disney.
There's the
Disney,
reboots, which
Disney,
is
Disney, our corporate overlord, Disney.
there's reboots like the Voltron one and She-Ra, which are there to sell toys. They're not there to be artistically creative. They're
Yeah.
rebooted because they're nostalgic names and they're there to sell merchandise.
There's one show that I'm currently watching right now that I feel like began as like, you know, a great, you know, project, and then later on got the merch. Although I'm not going to name that now because that's like completely unrelated. But
Well,
Yeah.
we can cut that out later.
Great.
no, because here's the thing though, is that I feel like if I start talking about it, I'm just gonna go on a 2-hour tangent. And I
Yeah.
really do not want to.
Yeah, let's just keep this brief because
Yeah.
Eric, cut that part out too.
Stop doing that.
It's not my fault we keep up making stuff to cut.
But that's not. You know, this isn't really anything to cut. Now, if we said any sensitive information, now that's pretty tough.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
cut all of
we just
Sam
wanted to see-
2's dialogue.
Honestly, Eric
But,
Stuffer.
but going back on topic, you know, if Primal does succeed on regular Adult Swim, I want it, which I wanted to. I want Adult Swim to get more risky, fund more shows like it, and just do not put it on Toonami. Because, I like Toonami and all, but Toonami is limited. It's limited to its crowd, its unique audience, and that unique audience is there to watch action animated shows. And there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with the part of, like, I think at any point, Adult Swim could say, hey, do you want to rerun this out of... I mean, it's in their vaults. It's a free show, so why not? But it's like, I feel like for this particular one, I'm glad it's not getting the Toonami brand name attached to it. Even though I think
at least not yet, because all we got was a 30-second teaser, and you don't know if it could come later. Like
they announced
Samurai Jack, just saying Adult Swim in the beginning, and then later.
Well, Toonami announced on the day Samurai Jack's teaser image was shown that it is coming to Toonami as well. Primal is not that. Jason DeMarco himself has confirmed that it's not coming to Toonami right now. Anyway, it could come later, but
the question is, if Primal becomes a success and it drives Adult Swim to create more action-oriented cartoons, then there's gonna need to be a clarification, because Toonami's has been touting itself to be the better cartoon show for both Eastern animation and Western animation. Like, are there gonna be some shows where, yes, they are Westerns, but they'll be specifically made for Toonami, or is it just gonna be Toonami will only air anime? Like,
I think they'll air a Western show here and there. That's always been their priority.
Jason has made it very clear that,
I mean,
even though they keep getting anime after anime, he's not gonna close the door on Western cartoons. But
I mean, they've given Western before, like freaking Symbiotic Titan, 2011 Thundercats, Clone Wars.
Beware the Batman.
Yeah, but there is that. But we can't deny the reality that, most of the Western cartoons properties are already taken.
Yeah,
can't get any.
That's the issue. The market has been
they don't want to fund
severely dried up.
Yeah.
So the only solution would be for them to fund it, but if they only make them and it's for Adult Swim specifically, then does that mean that Toonami is from now on unofficially only anime?
No.
The way I see it is that I think specific projects will go to Adult Swim, and then specific projects will go to Toonami.
But it's not even. Yeah, pretty much that's what it sounds like it's going right now. But that doesn't even mean that it could never air on Toonami, because like it could.
No.
Let's just say like Primal. Let's just say Adult Swim does their experiment with Primal. And let's just say, hypothetically, it doesn't do well in the Adult Swim lineup. Then maybe they're like, fuck it, let's try it on Toonami, see how it goes there. And then maybe it could, pick up that way. It could go. The thing is, what would be cool about Adult Swim producing like their own content is that they can go either way at that point. I think that'd be beneficial for Toonami in the long run.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, my thing is like, I'm not bothered by this, because if this does, like I said, I want this to succeed. I want this to do well. And I'm pretty sure it will do well, because one, Gendy Tartakovsky is a very well-known name. Mm-hmm. And Samurai Jack.
And has the magic touch.
Yes.
And the teaser looked gorgeous.
And going by like what the retweets and likes, like it has 20k likes and like 8,000 to almost 10k retweets. Yeah.
And then the Rick and Morty season 4 announcement overtook it within 2 minutes.
Yeah, but no one cares.
I mean,
this is Gendy Tartakovsky we're talking.
But for an original action property to get that without the need of nostalgia like Samurai Jack had, that is important. Mm-hmm. That is the numbers that I kind of want to see, like, if it does well. And I hope it does well. And I'm pretty sure it'll do fine on regular Adult Swim, wherever they put it.
It's Gendy Tartakovsky. It should be good.
I'm excited for
Yeah,
it.
maybe
But
not
I
Hotel
haven't seen
Transylvania,
any of the
but
Hotel Transylvania
No.
I kind of like those movies. Those are fine.
because he made those too.
Well,
Yeah.
he
Unfortunately.
directed them. He never really had much of a hand with anything.
I mean, he had Mel Brooks in one of the movies.
Yeah, but going back on topic, like I said, Primal being a success, that means a whole lot for the Western animation hemisphere. It just
Yeah.
means that, hey,
We could
other
see
networks and
more-
streaming services, we're putting our input, we're putting our all into this. We're not relying on a name. We're not relying on selling toys.
Nostalgia or anything that we're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
I mean, even if you look at Netflix, you see what Netflix is doing because they have a bunch of original anime and their original cartoons right
Yeah.
now. And Castlevania, I like Castlevania, but that's relying on a brand name. That's trying to sell the games and I guess merchandise for the game.
Yeah.
How the heck? No.
Same with
no,
Voltron, which
How would that?
I have
no,
loved
okay,
the
wait,
show.
wait.
Hold on. Let Sam, let other Sam
Yeah.
go.
How would? Okay, I'm gonna be like, how would Castlevania the anime sell anything? Because being honest, Castlevania has been dead for years, and the only relevancy it has in the past, recently, was their appearance in Smash Bros. And
The
literally,
Netflix
and the
show
anime.
is a big hit.
No, but the
Like
show-
it is one of
the
their
show-
biggest hits.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
well,
I'm just
hey,
saying that it ain't selling anything.
I
The-
disagree.
Sam, the best way to explain it, it's not that it's selling, it's that it's depending on the name of Castlevania. It's not that it's selling merchandise, it's that it's depending
It's
on the
On the-
name.
on the
it's a
brand.
recognizable name, and I will say that I do disagree with you because Castlevania has had a resurgence even before the Netflix show.
Pachinko.
No, not even the pachinko machines. The Castlevania
literally-
video games were actually fairly successful too.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
also
they were
re-releasing.
successful, like at the
They're-
time.
Konami's releasing a Castlevania collection of some of the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
Castlevania games this
The
month.
original games too. Yeah,
Ironically,
it's had.
they're not including 2 for some reason.
Well,
Does
that's the
anyone
thing.
like Simon's Quest? Do you like Simon's Quest? Because if you do,
Yeah,
that's
but
totally fine.
and same could be said for no one liking Mega Man X7 and 8, but they're in the collection too.
Yeah, but the
But that's
point,
also Capcom, and they also like their history.
yeah.
Konami's like, okay, wait, we
the-
actually have games.
The point is that Castlevania has had a somewhat resurgence, but there is a nostalgia aspect to it as well.
And
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to say it's selling gangbusters.
Yeah,
The
no,
Netflix series kind of relies on that brand recognition.
Yeah,
that's true, but it has been successful. It has been doing well
Yeah.
enough, you know.
But it's not original.
Yeah, it's
no,
technically
it's-
well,
Technically,
technically,
it's original, but it's also
Yeah.
following the plot of Castlevania 3.
yeah.
Not even
Now, the
joking
one-
about that.
Yeah.
Now, the
Okay.
one thing I'm waiting for to hit Netflix is the good live action Avatar, and the Invader Zim and the Rocco movie to hit Netflix because supposedly
Okay,
that was
let me
supposed to be
stop
on
you.
TV.
Yeah,
Okay. Let me stop
we-
you right there. Just because Netflix is doing a live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender does not mean that it's gonna be good.
It
not-
has-
they
Let's
tried.
temper those
Hold on,
expectations a
hold
bit.
on,
Okay.
hold on,
I'm
hold
not
on.
saying.
Hold
I'm not
on.
s-
Hold on. I am stepping in right now and I am not cutting out this segment. So we're gonna get back on topic.
No,
yeah.
Eric,
let's-
cut
so-
out the part where you said that we're gonna go back on topic.
So yeah, those are my thoughts on Primal. Anybody else have any thoughts?
No,
I
I'm just,
mean,
I'm
it
just
looks
happy we
good.
get. I'm just happy we are getting more or Western animated cartoons on Adult Swim. We just need that content.
I think you need to be more specific. I'm glad we're actually getting Western action cartoons, completely original, made by
original
Gendy
series.
Tartakovsky.
Yeah. No,
With a
hands down, I agree.
well-known name attached to the project.
Mhm.
Still, it's an original project. Yeah, they are
And
using
I
that
want-
name, but it's like putting Seth MacFarlane's name in front of something. It's like,
The-
yeah,
much.
I guess.
There's
Yeah.
there's a hole in the market of like we said, the Western cartoons, and I feel like some of these, heavy, some of these guys like Genda Tartakovsky, I'll even throw George Christick, hashtag bring back Megas XLR. Those guys can fill that, like, that open hole that, the companies are leaving behind by pretty much, rounding up all their personal content, like Disney and DC and all them, just rounding up all their content and putting it on their stuff.
I mean,
Adult Swim can fill that market with those cartoons.
Eric, Megas XLR is not coming back.
It's coming back, dude. No,
it was written off legally. It is literally impossible to get back.
It'd be cool. Symbiotic Titan getting more episodes.
That too.
Yeah. The same situation as Megas XLR, written off legally, not coming back.
I know, but I can still dream.
I think Gendy may have purchased those rights back, but I don't know.
I hope now.
Just
never mind.
Just change the name. Sim Duanic.
I always had this idea of a bootleg Megas XLR show where it's just basically the same characters, but they can't say like Megas XLR because they're like, that's in legal hell right now, and we can't say that name.
Megas. I mean, Gigas extra large.
Giant robot giant car.
Anyway, any other final thoughts with Primal?
My thing is with like action cartoons, and this is for Primal, is like I feel like Adult Swim is going to be the only network who's going to continue doing weird shit like this, which I'm all for. But I think it'll send a sign to the streaming companies, not only just Netflix, but also to Hulu, to Amazon, to pretty much anybody.
You mean Disney?
Yeah, pretty much to anybody to create more unique animated shows for that market.
With action. I mean...
just like to appeal to a general audience or to an adult audience. Because I think this is the first time we're going to see Gendy go hard. Like, this is not him relying... He was kind of tethered by Samurai Jack because, that's a property that aired on a kids network.
He said he didn't want to go full on, like...
Yeah.
Heads cutting off and all
basically,
that. He still made it
sometimes.
Adult, but not like extreme.
Yeah, this I feel because it's an original property, no name attached, nothing. It's just him, his new idea. He's just gonna go as hard as possible. He wants to push the boundaries of what animation can do in the West, and I am all for that. And I hope more services and networks take notice, because if this succeeds, we will see more of this, and that is a good thing. So I just gave you my TED talk of why cartoons are great. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Let's stay for the Samurai Jack seminar where we keep talking to that one idiot who keeps asking for Disney ending.
I'm the guy who's got to deal with that.
Eric, you can cut this part out too.
Please cut that part out.
Excuse me, guys. I gotta grab a rope now.
Bro, why a rope? Just use the sheets on.
You
your
have
boat.
a cord right in front of you, Eric.
Okay, Jeff.
I got a
just
knife.
Kick the chair out from underneath me.
I have a knife and an outlet right there.
I rather it be slow and painful.
So
by the way, you're gonna have to cut out the suicide part too.
Futurama lied to us. Where's the suicide booth?
We're gonna just cut that part and we're gonna just post it on Twitter.
I think I should retitle this episode as Eric commits suicide over editing.
We're gonna get all the views.
I just call it Eric, you need to cut this.
Stop cutting me, please. Talk about the Toonami panel, please.
My sleeve.
Okay, fine. The panel. I expect something from the Forge, and that's it.
I suspect they'll announce what's replacing Hunter x Hunter and the Promised Neverland there. Or if not the Promised Neverland, the Hunter x Hunter, because I think that feels as good. finalized.
Tenchi? I can't.
We,
Finally,
get,
I'm
te-
hoping
we get
for-
Tenchi Universe finally, and it's ending off at 3 in the morning.
Followed by Tenchi GXP
No.
and the new Tenchi
no,
OVA.
No.
Alright, wait, okay. I'm just gonna say this right now because, like, if they do show something for Forge, I hope that they give like a sneak peek of it. Not like a sneak peek, but like that they give like at least the first part over there, because they did that at Dragon Con when it came to Countdown. Like they showed the first episode there.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it on stream too. So if I'm there and they show the first episode, I beat all you.
They just showed the same teaser for Intruder 2, but replacing Intruder 2 with Forge.
Honestly, we'll probably get a proper trailer at MomoCon for the Forge. I would say we're gonna see, or possibly hear, an announcement of what's replacing Hunter x Hunter at the end of June. As for anything else,
Well,
maybe they'll talk a bit
probably-
about Blade Runner. Probably a small bit.
Oh
nothing
yeah, that's
too big.
right.
Yeah, I
I
forgot
forgot
about
about
that.
that project.
I'm excited about that. I
Uh,
forgot that thing that I'm excited for.
They'll probably do a giveaway or something.
yeah, they'll likely do
I'm
a
little- I
giveaway.
think that's been
Okay,
announced.
okay.
I don't
So
know.
I gotta say this because
I mean, it's common practice
so
that they do a giveaway.
So this will be the third year in a row where I've lost the giveaway. Okay, so in 2017 Toonami panel, the way they did the giveaway is that when people lined up for the Q&A, random spots were chosen as winners. I was in line on Q&A, and there would occasionally be next guy. It was like, congratulations, you win whatever. And so literally, I'm coming up. Guy in front of me, congratulations, you win giveaway. Like, yeah. I was like, it gets to me. I'm like, you give me a giveaway? It was like, no. And then I asked my question, and I go, guy after me, congratulations, you win the giveaway. I was like, wow. Like, literally, I was between two winners.
Eric, cut that part too.
We'll just name this
sorry.
part Eric Cuts. Crawling in my skin.
Keep that part in, but cut everything else.
No.
But
Cut your
Eric is
screams.
dead on the inside.
yeah,
Just
No,
wake
I'm
me
not
up
really.
inside.
I'm not really expecting a whole lot from Toonami's MomoCon panels. They'll probably do
You-
simple
okay.
Q&A. They'll probably announce a couple shows. They'll announce their total immersion event. Maybe they'll talk about Blade Runner, and that'll be all.
For
Do you think we'll
some
get a
reason,
surprising
I expect a completely out of nowhere left field where they just announce we're gonna release Fully Cooley 2 and 3 on Blu-ray on these dates, and the reaction will be, okay.
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 There won't be a lot of fanfare. It'll just be okay, and they're just gonna have a face of, that's it.
Honestly, I
Same.
totally forgot about Fooly Cooley Progressive and Alternative, so
Oh right, they made those.
it's like,
Oh,
oh,
shit,
yeah.
this big news.
Oh yeah,
I liked season 3.
I don't know. Fun
Either
fact: I
that or-
actually haven't watched all of season 3 yet.
Either
Well,
that, or they say that we're gonna starting this summer. We're gonna stream both season 2 and 3 with subtitles on AdultSwim.com.
I think they're actually going to partner with Crunchyroll on that. It seems very, very possible that Crunchyroll's getting the sub and Toonami's just had the dub.
What if they do both anyway?
I don't know. Fucking, do you want to watch subtitles on Adult Swim's website? I don't.
You keep forgetting.
The better
That-
question is though, who?
You keep forgetting that it's Adult Swim. Like, we don't wanna, but there are enough trolls to do it.
No,
I mean-
it's true.
I mean, we did watch a whole broadcast in subtitles.
Oh yeah.
That's still a great April
That was
Fool's
a
joke.
great night.
That was
a
so
great night.
good.
Okay.
But my question to you then is, if they did announce a Blu-ray set for Fully Cooley 2 and 3, who would have the distribution rights for that?
Adult Swim.
Since, well, I mean, since Funimation has the the DVD distribution rights.
Yeah,
No,
but
I thought Funimation just had the rights to season 1 alone.
Yeah,
they
for
have-
the original,
one.
for the
That's it.
original OVA, they have it. There's still no word on who has the rights for the West. A lot of people are saying Warner does, and I'm like, I
Okay,
don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't think
Uh,
Warner Brothers cares enough.
So I just want to quickly state something because relating to the giveaway, I had another one, but then my headset died, so I'm using this other one. So I mentioned before that 2017 giveaway, literally I was between two winners. Well, 2018 giveaway, what they decided to do was everyone look under your chairs, and if you see this card, you're the winner. I check mine, so of course not. Literally, guy, same like type of seat where I am. Two or three rows down from me. Oh wait, no, not two. Like literally, like two rows away. Literally same spot where I'm at. Has the card, and like literally wins I don't know if it's a prop or if it's an actual iron of the the fully coolie iron.
God, this guy's going off again about this whole Disney ending thing.
We're just gonna cut that out.
Yeah, we are.
Nah, keep that in.
And with that, this concludes this episode of the Toonami Squad podcast sessions. I'm gonna go fucking die now. I'm
Wait,
Casey,
wait,
also
wait,
known as
wait,
E-Rock
wait.
That was pretty sudden.
Wait.
That escalated pretty quickly.
Wait. Can I destroy the Nostalgia Critic episode?
No,
No.
Me.
it's getting way too late too, but we can cut that out. Yeah.
But
And with
wait.
that, this can-
Cut that out too.
One more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing, good sir. You can cut that
Cut
out.
that out.
So wait, one more thing, and this is actually a pretty serious thing. But yeah, I was joking it a bit ago, but I guess I'll make this announcement on the podcast. Yes, I will be going to MomoCon. I will be going as a guest though, because I've never really done press stuff before, and I think it's already too late to apply for press badge.
It
Yeah.
probably is.
And being honest, this was a last minute miracle to go to MomoCon, because for the longest time I had the assumption that I was not going to be able to go, and that's what I've stated, and some last minute changes have happened that has turned around, so that's why I'm going. So I'm just going as a guest, but I will be like at the Toonami panel, and I think there's another anime related announcement in a different panel somewhere else. I forgot what.
Cut that part too. No.
I hope you have fun, man.
Yeah,
Eric,
I'm
you
gonna
can
put
you
that
can cut
here.
that out. You can cut that out.
I gotta fill the voice actor bucket list. I met Sean Schimmel, Chris Sabat, Kyle Hebert, Mr. Satan himself, and Boo. I forgot their names being. Oh, Chris Rager and Josh Martin. Monica Rial is gonna be there. I gotta get a picture with her. And I forgot who else. Oh, Steve Bloom. I had not met Steve Bloom before, and he's gonna be there at the Toonami panel. So I gotta get him.
Y'all have fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've met Monica, I've met Steve. They're pretty awesome people.
Yeah,
I know
I've
there's
met
some other
neither.
actors.
yeah. You have a fun time. You have a grandiose old time.
Are you kidding me, dude? Getting a picture? Have you paid? Have you paid to get a picture with like someone over there? I spent $50 whole goddamn dollars.
Have you heard of all the things I gotta cut tonight?
We can cut this out.
Sam too, stop
F for
making
Eric.
things for him to cut.
I don't even do anything. I just.
I don't know
talk.
what this
That's the way.
motherfucker is posting on here, but I want to block him.
You go.
I
do
know what he's
that,
talking
buddy.
about, but I'm not gonna say it.
You
I
go
mean-
do
Thank
that,
you.
buddy. You go do that.
Everybody in the chat, just press F right now, because
I
Eric's gonna
already
be like
did.
fucking.
I would be happy for you, Sam, too, but like I said, I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of little bit of time to do it. So with that, for this episode of the Toonami Squad
Wait.
podcast,
Are we actually ending it?
Why not?
I am your host, Eric Casey, also known as Heroes on Twitter.
We broke him, guys. We broke him.
We
We broke Eric.
I introduced all you guys so I can get to work now.
Oh god! Everyone, just press F in the chat right now.
Someone
No, just re-record it. Just press F in the comments.
someone just record this specific part, upload it online, and just be like, no contact, Toonami Squad or something.
Sam, you just made stuff for him to cut. Stop. Everyone shut up. Let him finish.
Stop.
finish.
Please stop. Please stop. I'm crying. Please end it.
Damn, we put Eric over.
I want to hit the stop broadcast now, Mommy. Please stop.
Well, anyways, we're on Facebook.
My
we're
name's
on-
Sam. I write stuff for Toonami Squad. I'm crying.
Next person, please.
I'm Phantom, Fanstar64. We also have a Redbubble store. Buy our stuff.
We can cut that. We can cut that out.
Hurry! I can't hold on much longer. The mouse is moving toward the
I'm Steven.
button.
Follow me on Twitter at sdorso5. Follow me on Twitch at sdorso_5. Stuff.
I'm Sam2 at Samster299. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to the non-existent YouTube
Oh,
channel I haven't done shit for.
Holy shit! I'm fucking crying. That's so hilarious. We can cut that out too.
Anybody else?
I'm Silver, and this has been one of the best finales I've ever been on.
This is what the new Star Wars.
You just made stuff for him to cut again.
Everyone, just press F in the comments right now. You need it.
And
God bless.
And with that, this concludes this episode. I'm gonna go die now, and hope I get this episode out by the end of the weekend. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Nope, we got breaking news.
I hope I live long enough to be on the next episode. So have fun, guys. I'll see you. We'll see you next time. Bye. And
Bye.
now.